so there's something that builds up in our behavior when we're working the debt snowball.
There are new studies from Harvard Business Review, from Texas A&M, saying the debt snowball method works better.
Imagine watching your debt shrink month by month without feeling overwhelmed. Sounds good, right? Well, with the right debt payoff method, this can be more than just a dream. But which is better, the Snowball Method or the Avalanche Method? Today, we'll break down both strategies, their pros and cons, and help you decide which method might get you debt-free the fastest. Let's dive in. Debt repayment strategies. Debt repayment can feel daunting, especially when you're juggling multiple loans or credit card balances with different interest rates. But using a strategic approach can help you pay off debt more efficiently, reducing stress and boosting your motivation along the way. That's where the Snowball and Avalanche methods come into play, two popular techniques with proven success in helping people become debt-free. The Snowball Method explained. The Snowball Method is straightforward. You start by paying off your smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the rest. Once the smallest debt is cleared, you move on to the next smallest, and so on. This method is all about creating quick wins to keep you motivated as you work towards the larger balances. 1. How it works. List your debts from the smallest to the largest balance. Pay the minimum amount on each debt except for the smallest one, where you'll throw any extra money you can. When that debt is paid off, move to the next smallest debt, rolling over what you were paying on the previous one. 2. Psychological benefits. The Snowball Method has a psychological advantage. Each time you pay off a balance, no matter how small, you experience a sense of accomplishment. This momentum can be incredibly motivating, helping you stick to your plan. Pros and cons of the Snowball Method. Pros: quick wins build momentum, keeps you motivated, simple, and easy to follow. Cons: may cost more in interest if your larger debts have higher interest rates. The Avalanche Method explained. The Avalanche Method, in contrast, prioritizes the debts with the highest interest rates first. By tackling the most expensive debt first, this method can save you more money over time, though it may require more patience as you focus on larger balances before you start seeing debts disappear. 1. How it works. List your debts from the highest to the lowest interest rate. Make minimum payments on all debts except for the one with the highest interest rate, where you'll put any extra funds. Once the highest interest debt is paid, move to the next highest, continuing until all debts are cleared. 2. Financial benefits. By prioritizing high-interest debts, the Avalanche Method reduces the overall amount of interest you'll pay. This makes it the more cost-effective option, though it may require a longer commitment before seeing major progress. Pros and cons of the Avalanche Method. Pros: saves money on interest, mathematically the fastest way to reduce total debt. Cons: progress can feel slower, requires more patience for larger balances. Key differences and choosing the right method. Both methods have their strengths, and the choice largely depends on your personal financial situation and motivation style. Here's a comparison to help you decide. 1. Speed versus motivation. If you're motivated by quick results, the Snowball Method may be the way to go, as it offers small victories right from the start. If you're more concerned with minimizing costs and can stay disciplined without seeing immediate wins, the Avalanche Method might be a better choice. 2. Interest costs. With the Snowball Method, you might end up paying more in interest, especially if your larger debts have high interest rates. The Avalanche Method reduces interest expenses, making it the most efficient option financially, even if it requires more time. 3. Monthly budget. Consider your cash flow and budgeting style. If you struggle to keep motivated and need those small wins, the Snowball might suit your needs better. If your goal is purely to save money and you're disciplined, the Avalanche could provide the fastest path to financial freedom. Let's look at two scenarios to illustrate how each method works. 1. Snowball Method. Example: imagine you have 3 debts, $500 at 7%, $2,000 at 15%, and $3,000 at 18%. In this case, you'd start with the $500 debt first, paying it off before tackling the larger balances. The quick progress can be incredibly motivating. 2. Avalanche Method example. Using the same debts, the Avalanche Method would have you focus on the $3,000 balance first, as it has the highest interest rate at 18%. You'll pay more upfront, but in the long run, this approach will save you more on interest. When to use each method. While both methods can be effective, certain financial situations lend themselves to one strategy over the other. The Snowball Method. Ideal if you need motivation and prefer to focus on small victories to stay engaged. The Avalanche Method. Best if you have high-interest debts and want to minimize total interest paid. For some people, a hybrid approach can also be effective. You might start with the Snowball to pay off a couple of small debts, then switch to the Avalanche to save on interest. Both the Snowball and Avalanche methods have helped people successfully pay off debt, but the right choice depends on what motivates you and your financial goals. What's your take on debt payoff strategies? Let us know in the comments which method you're considering. And if this video helped you understand your options, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Debt to Dollar for more tips on achieving financial freedom. Remember, taking that first step toward a debt-free life is the biggest win of all. See you in the next video.